We're going to discuss the latest on the crisis in the country. Our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons, is joining us now. Rob, Prince Hamza accused of plotting this coup against King Abdullah. But is there any real evidence been presented here?
Well, not so far, Stuart. I mean, the accusations, as you said, are very strong. A conspiracy, working with tribal leaders, working with, and this is perhaps the most serious, with foreign entities to undermine the kingdom. A lack of substance to what has been said. It's not to say that it's not true, but, there are problems inside the Jordan. The Hashemite kingdom has had its problems inside the royal family in the past. There is certainly no love lost between King Abdullah and Prince Hamza. Prince Hamza was actually, when the former King Hussein died, was first in line for the throne, what was regarded as being too young and inexperienced. He was crown prince at the time. So his brother, his half-brother, Abdullah became king, and 5 years later stripped him of the title of crown prince and gave it to his own son. So there you see perhaps the roots of a bad relationship within the royal family. Perhaps that's got something to do with it. But for his part, Hamza doesn't deny that he has been in contact with tribal leaders. Tribal leaders are immensely important inside Jordan. They form essentially the bedrock of the Hashemite kingdom. So, it wouldn't be unusual for a senior royal to be talking to tribal leaders. It's a bit of a jump to go from that to say that, he was trying to concoct an attempted coup d'etat with the leaders of the tribes. Perhaps we'll be given more evidence soon, but at this stage, very little in concrete terms has been provided.
Let's flip it on its head then, Rob. I mean, Prince Hamza himself, he's complained of nepotism, corruption and incompetence in the government. Is there any evidence of that?
Well, I'm not sure about the corruption. I mean, when it comes to nepotism, he might, I suppose, point to his own case, as I've just been discussing now. The way he lost becoming king and the way he was ousted from being crown prince and that position being given to the son of Abdullah. But on the question of the performance of the state, there does seem to be some grounds for criticism. There were massive demonstrations in 2019 in Jordan because of the failure of the economy. Massive unemployment, which has since become worse. About 25% of the country out of work at the moment. Taxes are very high. There's a massive refugee problem. A lot of these problems, it has to be said, are not the fault of the leadership of the country. They are things that have happened over which it has very little control. The fact that there are over 1.5 million refugees from neighboring Syria, there's nothing Jordan could have done very much about that. There's nothing that the leadership could have done really about the fact that COVID-19 has hit the country very badly. Tourism, one of the props of the economy has been shattered by COVID-19. But, there is no doubt that simmering beneath the surface for some time now, there has been a lot of discontent at the performance of the state, particularly among the tribal leaders. As the accusation against Hamza says, he has been talking to the tribal leaders. They have, since some of them have described his arrest as a black day for Jordan and a sinful attack. Queen Noor, his mother, has called the accusations wicked slander. I think what everybody in the country is waiting for now is evidence. Real concrete evidence of the crimes he's accused of. Who are these foreign entities, for instance?
Rob, thanks very much. Rob Parsons, our chief foreign editor on France 24.